fencing with Max Heinzer is one of the best things a fencer can do, because he's obviously one of the best.
The year is 2008. Europe is the fencing powerhouse, and two future titans of épée fencing have just watched other fencers from their respective nations, Switzerland and France, leave for the Beijing Olympics. With one of them failing to make the national team, and the other not even able to qualify his team, these two fencers would take it upon themselves to change history.
Oh, nice hit. He's working it. Superb first period gold medal on the way here for one of these fencers.
What a hit that was.
The next 12 years would spark one of the only rivalries seen in men's épée fencing. But before this rivalry can be explained or covered, we first have to understand why rivalries such as these are so rare in épée fencing. Unlike other weapons, the results in épée tournaments can be quite random. An early lead and even a rather inexperienced fencer can easily defeat the top seed for a tournament, leading to very inconsistent results. A fencer could finish an entire season without winning a single World Cup, Grand Prix, or Zonal Championship, and still have the top spot of rank 1. In other weapons, like saber and foil, the rule of right-of-way acts as something of a safety net for better fencers. They're able to set up actions using right-of-way to at least prevent their opponents from scoring a hit. However, épée fencing does not incorporate right-of-way, meaning there is no safety net to fall back on. A hit is a hit, no matter who scores it. The first fencer to break out onto the scene, eager to claim Europe's top spot, was Max Heinzer, a flashy Swiss fencer who in 2009 would break into the top 32 of a European Zonal Championship, finishing in 29th place, shooting his rank up to number 31 in the world after some other impressive results. At the same time, a young Yannick Borel would fight to make the incredibly strong French team. However, due to the high skill of the French team at the time, this would be an incredibly difficult challenge for young Borel. Fencing tournaments are broken down into 4 major tournaments. World Cups, which are the standard for gathering points, usually hosting both individual and team competitions. Grand Prix, which are World Cups but with slightly higher stakes, as they are worth more points and are also significantly less frequent. Zonal Championships. These are very important. Each zone contains 1 to 2 continents. Each country in said zone sends one team of 4 fencers to compete with the other countries in their zone. These events are worth huge points, as they have significantly less fencers than World Cups but allow very similar point distribution. Tournaments typically range from around 32 to even 100 entries, compared to the 300 to 400 participants at most World Cups. It is also very important for each country's national team because of the ability to much more easily acquire the points required to boost your team's rank. The winner of each competition for both team and individual will skyrocket their points. The other catch is that there is only one zonal championship each season. Now, with the most complicated tournament out of the way comes the most prestigious, the World Championship. World Championships are similar to zonal events. as each country is able to send a team consisting of 3 to 4 fencers, who fence both in the team and in the individual event. This event is worth the most points by far, but it is also the hardest, as only the best fencers from each country qualify, and there are typically between 200 to 300 participants at most World Championships. So we're back to these 2 young fencers, one in Switzerland, one in France. Both countries in Europe, both fencing powerhouses, and both in the same zone. Every year, to this day, the European Championships are a spectacle, as the Europe zone boasts some of the strongest and most skilled fencers ever to pick up a weapon. Safe to say they were quite an event, and the perfect grounds for these 2 fencers to break their way into the world ranking. The 2009-2010 season came along. If Heinzer wanted a chance to qualify for the Olympics, he would have to give it everything he had. In order to qualify, he would either have to qualify along with the Swiss team or be within the top 4 ranked fencers in the world who were unable to qualify their team. If either of those options failed, his last resort was to be the highest ranked fencer in his zone who had yet to qualify, meaning he would have to be the highest ranked fencer in all of Europe. As the 2009-2010 European Championships rolled around, Max Heinzer was ready to bring his A game, while Borel still struggled to make it onto the French team. As countries finalized their teams, Borel was still nowhere to be seen within the top 4 of France. Max used this opportunity to show his flashy showmanship, easily making it into the top 8 of the European Zonal Championship, ending the 2009-2010 season ranked number 11 in the world, allowing him to hold this position and rack up points for the 2011 season. This was important because it was these points that would be used to determine who would qualify for the 2012 Olympics in London. Borel, unfortunately, would not find the same success, ending ranked 103 in the world. After these results, you may be wondering how this would shape up to be any sort of rivalry. Max had every lead imaginable, and Borel was still standing in the shadow of some of the greatest French fencers of all time. However, at this time, Borel's mindset had shifted. It was not focused on conquering the European circuit, but rather simply entering the top 4 fencers in France so he could join the team for the upcoming Olympics. The French's incredibly strong team had easily qualified for the Olympics, ranking within the top 4 countries in the world, meaning that they would send a team. The only question was, who would make that final 4? With the strength of the French team, names like Grumier were still spoken daily at the time, who was one of the greatest Frenchmen to ever fence. There were severe doubts on whether Borel would even be in the conversation for the French team. However, this year was about to get even more strange. Due to a strange roulette system designed to give each weapon its own time in the sun, this Olympic Games, the men's Epee team event would be cut, meaning qualification was different. Only 2 fencers from each country, max, would be allowed to compete. This meant Borel had a single season to climb to being ranked at bare minimum the second best fencer in all of France, while Max had the much easier option of simply holding on to his spot within the top 16 in the world, which he earned from the previous European Championship. This almost guaranteed Max Heinzer Olympic qualification. The 2011 season came about with ups and downs all around. Come the European Championship, Max Heinzer wasn't simply going to roll his way across the finish line. No, instead, he opted to finish in a flourish, as was something you could expect to see from him. He wouldn't simply finish the tournament in the top 8 like last time, or even the top 16. he would climb his way all the way to the podium, finishing with an impressive 3rd place, cementing his Olympic qualification after finishing 8th in the entire world. Borel, on the other hand, was fighting for his life to make it onto the French team. After being given his first opportunity to represent France at the European Championship, Borel was determined not to fumble this opportunity. Finishing with an impressive 11th place, and due to one of his teammates' poor performances, Borel was able to climb all the way up to rank 14 in the world, making him the 2nd highest rated fencer in France, meaning that him and his senior, Grumier, would both go to the 2012 Olympics representing France. The Olympics would come about in 2012, and both Heinzer and Borel were eager to prove themselves, but would both just fall short of winning a medal, with Borel falling at 7th place and Heinzer at 12th. The next few years, both fencers would work on maintaining their ranking, suddenly fencing for more than Olympic qualification, but now for a spot as the most dominant fencer in Europe. This is where their rivalry truly began. For Heinzer, the years would show just how dominant of a fencer he was, finishing with a bronze medal twice within the next 3 years at the European Championships, and even winning a few World Cups, leaving him ranked as a top 2 fencer in the entire world. Things were looking great, not only for his individual skill, but for the Swiss team, as they were well within range for the Olympic qualification come 2016. Heinzer would cement himself in the top 8, dominating the international circuit with what looked like extreme ease, winning tournament after tournament. Borel, on the other hand, would have a bit of a tumble, falling off of the French team once again and dropping all the way to rank 36, then even further all the way down to rank 80, with many even considering that his previous Olympic qualification was simply luck. As the 2014 season ended with Borel finishing in the 80th rank and Heinzer being well within the top 8, 2015 would call to both fencers. To Heinzer, it would serve as a red carpet for his waltz into the Olympic Games with the Swiss team, where to Borel it shrieked of a final opportunity to regain what he lost, his place on the French team, or else he would succumb to what many were whispering about, that he was simply a one-hit wonder who would fade away into obscurity. The European Championship would roll around in a classic Heinzer fashion. He was not content with simply finishing with a decent placement and walking his way into the Olympic venue. No, he had other ideas, and with his eyes firmly locked on the goal of European champion, he was determined to make it happen. And it looked like Max's dreams were coming true, as he advanced all the way to the final to fence against Yannick Borel's senior, Grumier, for the title of European champion. Grumier would defeat Max Heinzer in the final of the European Championship. But where was his teammate, Yannick Borel? Nowhere to be seen. Unfortunately, missing his chance to qualify through the zonal championships, it seemed the rumors of Borel's eventual fall-off were coming to fruition. However, the last tournaments of the season stood there, looming as a final opportunity for Borel. A World Cup in Germany and a Grand Prix in Rio. With a good placement, Borel could gain some momentum. Borel was off to a rocky start. However, on the other side of the bracket, none other than Max Heinzer was fencing better than he ever had before. Filled with the drive to prove himself, Heinzer would advance all the way to the final, showing the world his signature flashy style, gaining incredible momentum for the upcoming Olympics in Rio. However, before him stood something that was both nostalgic and terrifying. Much like the European Championship, before him, in the final, stood a Frenchman, daring to halt the momentum of the unstoppable Swiss fencer. Yannick Borel had clawed his way into the final. This wouldn't be their first time fencing. A bout in 2011 would leave Borel victorious. However, Heinzer and his coach believed that foul play was afoot, and that can be seen through a YouTube video posted on Max's YouTube channel, claiming that the referee won the bout for Borel. Here, they would stand again, not for the first time, and certainly not for the last. For Borel, this was everything he needed to get the ball rolling, to prove himself, to be worthy of making the French team, and to qualify for the Olympics.
Sometimes.
Max was on top of the world, finally finishing the job he set out to do at the European Championship, vanquishing the Frenchman in the final, with a flourish, winning a World Cup, a feat many only dreamed of, and he would have the opportunity to win an even more important event. The Rio Grand Prix. Heinzer was eager to gain every possible advantage he could for the upcoming Olympics. He was seeded second in the tournament, the second best fencer in the entire world. This tournament could be his chance to grab rank 1 and head into the Olympics with the top seed. However, a ghost of the last tournament reared its head in defiance. Once again, on the opposite side of the bracket was a vengeful monster that had crawled its way all the way to the final, trained up, rebuilt, and refocused with a single goal: to win the Grand Prix and qualify for the 2016 Olympics in Rio.
Second period, gold medal match. Rio Grand Prix coming to you live from Rio de Janeiro.
No better place for the Rio Grand Prix to come
Well,
from.
there is that.
Lure him in, and it worked again. This time he uses a beat to knock his opponent's blade out of the way just long enough to launch into distance. So Borel now says, right, enough's enough, I'm going to come after you. And a double is going to work much better in the Frenchman's favour, even at this stage of the match. He's actually goading him. Come and get me, come and get me. And this time, he does.
Okay, I will.
It's beautiful action from Yannick Borel. Feint into the chest, disengage to finish in the cease line. It's a mustn't rush. Mustn't rush. He's got to build the hit up. He's got to lure Borel in. Using this massive distance, opening up the distance widely, the Swiss fencer, but Borel patiently steps forward, ever closer to his opponent, and when Heinzer jumped in that time, he was ready. Borel,
They look well on their way to doing that here.
oh, how Heinzer got away with that one, I'll never know. Borel starting to feel the pressure maybe. Oh, he's got flat-footed, and the French coach comes storming out of the box. Oh, Heinzer had him all wrapped up there, but he was unable to land a hit, and I don't know why he's having his weapon tested, because I don't think he even attempted to hit Borel there.
Well, as you said earlier today, it's the last gasp, your last chance. And this is Heinzer's last chance. 1 point for Borel, and he takes home the gold.
Ah, he's done it! Yannick Borel shouts out to his teammates up in the stands. The coach comes and dives on him. France have won 6 out of 8 tournaments in the men's épée category this season with 6 different fencers.
That is an amazing statistic and an amazing finish for Yannick Borel of France.
Borel had finished the season ranked 14th in the world, and as such qualified for Rio 2016. As the Olympics came to pass, both Heinzer and Borel ended just short of a medal once again. Heinzer finished in 7th place and Borel in 5th. Borel would not leave empty-handed, however, as his teammate Gunther Grumier would win bronze in the individual, and together with the rest of the French team, they would win the 2016 men's Epee team event. Even after winning the team event, Borel was hungry for more, and Heinzer still felt like he had something to prove. This season would prove incredibly important, as it would serve as the platform that they would begin their climb, with neither of them dropping from the top 16 in the world again until 2022. Eager to finally prove himself in his own continent, Borel was on fire, winning match after match, advancing all the way to the semi-final. On the other side of the bracket, Heinzer also advanced to the semi-final. Fed up with silver, he was eager to claim a gold medal, no longer for rank, but for his pride and for his country. Determined, he advanced to the final, awaiting the winner of the opposite side semi-final. Again they faced each other, again in the final, and again a Frenchman stood in Max Heinzer's way of claiming the title of European champion. This time, he would not make a mistake. This time, he would prove not only to be the strongest fencer in Europe, but also to be the stronger fencer between him and his European counterpart, Yannick Borel. Drama would ensue as the stakes and tensions were clearly high. Borel's defenses would momentarily be dropped when someone in the crowd, or potentially someone from one of the fencers' camps, yelled "halt" early, allowing Max Heinzer to receive an easy hit.
He uses explosive attack to land before Borel's point comes back on target. And now there's a call from the French camp saying that, hold on ref, you called halt. And I'm not sure that a video replay is going to help them here. I do feel for them, but someone called halt in one of the earlier matches from the crowd, and that stopped the fencers, but the referee said it wasn't me, I didn't call halt. Surprised if the referee overturns this, because I'm not sure how they can call it, because there's no sound on the video replay. There's a big discussion going on. I remember the director of technique, the organising committee, down there talking to the referee and the video referee. Here we have the replay, but we don't hear when the halt is called. Yeah, no, they have decided, and I think that call came from the organisers, that the sort of extra help comes from the organising committee. They have a group of 3 that help adjudicate questioned calls, and I think that decision was made from the director of technique. They said, look, you did call halt and you can't allow that hit. I don't think the video replay really came into that at all.
Another breakout of frustration. as
Got that
Heinzer
one,
would
right?
stop the bout, claiming a calf cramp after failing an attack. This stoppage would stop Borel from launching his counteroffensive and potentially scoring a point with momentum on his side.
He's on the right and the wrong. Sure. Very unorthodox, only able to fashion a double there. Borel staying very calm. This is classic French fencing versus unorthodox Swiss fencer. Comes waving his epee in there, and I think that's a little careless against a tall and long-reaching French fencer. Borel can taste this. Oh, lovely attack from Yannick Borel. Let us down at all. Superb first period. Gold medal on the way here for one of these fencers.
What a hit that was.
Right here, if Heinzer is able to close this parry on Borel, he will block out the French fencer, gaining momentum and allowing for an easy attack off the line to a shaken Borel. Unfortunately, Borel is too strong, and he would claim his first ever European Championship, defeating none other than Max Heinzer in the final.
Borel in close quarters lands the gold medal hit. He is the European champion, dived on by his coach, Hugh Obery. What a brilliant fight.
Incredible. Yannick Borel, 2016 men's Epee champion. But what a match. That was
The next seasons would be known by some as the reign of Borel. He would win everything there was to win, Grand Prix after Grand Prix, medal after medal. When that season's World Championship came around, he had no problem taking the gold from a previous Olympic champion. He finished rank 2 in the world for one season, and then decided to claim rank 1 for 2 seasons in a row.
think your way out of it. He's got to do some quick thinking.
Well, Borel was hardly on his seat. Sat down for about 10 seconds, then up and ready to go. He's certainly up for this, is Yannick Borel.
He's not going to wait around. He's not going to give Lamardo time.
Press from Borel.
Feel the pressure up here.
Just waiting for Lamardo Gascon to attack. And that time, Yannick Borel didn't actually defend himself. He just made sure that he could land a double. And it brings the score into double figures for the French fencer. 10-3 now, 15 the target. And doubles really do come into their own now, and they will only favour the Frenchman. Again, carbon copy of the previous point, pressing forward, another double scored.
I mean, we are now almost a minute into the second period, and Ruben Lamardo has only scored 2 solo points.
There's still plenty of time in the match, but not much room on the scoreboard. Oh, and Borel not having any, he's not waiting around. This is classic Yannick Borel.
It is. And what's so great about it is that he hasn't done it by, there hasn't been any bullying, there hasn't been any sort of slugging and you know, really battling it out. It's all precision from Borel.
A lot of the time he's mixed it up. He's either waited for Leonardo Gascon to attack him and either doubled it out or avoided the attack and scored the point, or he's gone in and attacked himself. And the variation and the skill level from Yannick Borel has been quite incredible, and a single hit fittingly takes him to the target score of 15, and Yannick Borel, the European champion, is now the champion of the world.
It was a fabulous performance from him. That was textbook. And to hold Ruben Lamardo to 2 solo points in a world championship gold medal match, really hats off.
Heinzer would remain in the top 16 for many years to come, even defeating Yannick Borel in 2017. Though, footage of this bout has since been taken down off the internet. Heinzer needed to find his way back into the spotlight. He trained and trained, fighting to grow as a fencer and to regain the favor of the ranking. However, he would be knocked out in the round of 64 in both the 2017 and 2018 European Championships. And Borel? Well, he would go on to win both events with ease, becoming a 3-time European champion.
So 10 apiece, make that 11 apiece.
That is 5 doubles.
Oh, Novoshelov. Well, that was sublime. Well, the doubles matter because it'll tick the scoreboard along, but why are they happening? Borel's attacking, but he's not getting rid of Novoshelov's blade.
You know what? Now they're a liability.
Right. Another double will give the match to Novoshelov. If Borel attacks and he isn't able...
Well, he's done it. We're level. Okay.
Shoelace. It's an actual shoelace. Sometimes fencers have been known to play for time by redoing their shoelaces, but that one was actually undone. Adds the pressure. Here it is, last hit. It's a double. Won't score. Stay 14 apiece. The first single light on will give the win. Oh, and it's for Yannick Borel. Yannick Borel defends his European title and he makes it a 3-peat. He's won this tournament 3 years in a row. He had the momentum, didn't he?
He willed that to happen. He just bulled his way in there. And Novoshelov was trying to close the distance there in the end, and Borel just piled
The
in.
new European champion in men Epee is Borel.
Yannick Borel does it again. He's defended his European Championship title.
Borel drops his mask onto the paste, and Novoshelov wants him carded.
Yeah, I think that was said.
It was a joke.
In jest.
Yeah.
In jest.
The next years were rocky, as with the emergence of COVID-19, many fencers simply stopped practicing as they were unsure what the future would hold. And with no one to practice with, these seasons fell mostly into obscurity. At the time, Asian teams began to get stronger. With funding changes in Hong Kong and a change of coaching staff in Japan, Europe's domination was suddenly in question. But that question would have to wait until after the lockdown, as Borel and Heinzer both waited patiently for the season in which they would both be permitted to fence again. The year is now 2022. The Olympics for 2020 have finished. Heinzer and Borel finished with somewhat mediocre results. However, Borel's teammate, Romain Canon, would go on to take the gold medal in the individual event. However, in the team event, Team France would fall to Team Japan, and the Swiss team would finish second last in the entire tournament. It seemed that the lasting reign of the European domination was now over. Borel and Heinzer would each try for one more Olympic Games. They would meet in the last 16 of a World Cup, where Max Heinzer would get the better of Borel in a bout, beating him 15-14. And this momentum would carry into the European Championship. Heinzer was back on his game, winning bout after bout after bout, making it all the way to the last 8, where he won again, advancing to the semi-final and claiming a guaranteed medal. And his semi-final was against none other than Yannick Borel. And this semi-final would be the last time these two fencers would ever cross blades. Neither of them were young anymore. This would be their last attempt at Olympic qualification before retirement, so this tournament meant everything, and you could see it in their game.
His teammate Alexis Bayard on the podium later to both collect bronze medals. And gosh, I don't know what to make of what we're going to see in the final, but I do know that Tristan Tulin,
Max Heinzer would fall to Yannick Borel, who would go on to win the tournament 15-1 in the final, winning the European Championship for a 4th time and qualifying along with Team France to Paris 2024. And Heinzer would unfortunately lose his spot in the Olympics to the younger Swiss fencer Alexis Bayard, who had been waiting for this chance to travel to the Olympics. Heinzer would then retire in June of 2024.
I think they're trying to pick him up and throw him in the air, but I think they're going to need a forklift to do that.
Borel had one more Olympics before retirement. He had come back from a broken foot, and one of his first tournaments back, he would defeat Gergely Siklosi in the final of the Budapest Grand Prix to cement his return to the piste, and was now thirsty for the gold medal at the Olympics. Unfortunately, the Olympics are very particular as to which videos I'm allowed to show you, so I'll be unable to show you any of Borel's bouts for the 2024 Olympics at Paris, his home. At age 35, Yannick Borel would fall in the final to Keino Koki of Japan and retire happy with his own individual Olympic medal. As his torch burned out, he left a legacy as one of the greatest fencers to ever hold an epee, and his rivalry with Max Heinzer would go down as one of the greatest in history. Both Max Heinzer and Yannick Borel were two of the greatest fencers in their generation, and would leave lasting legacies with many fans, and their battle to be the champion of Europe will be looked back on for many years. Thank you all so much for watching. Take care.